Oh, magandang buhay mga markets dyan. Dumadami na ang ating viewer. So, ilan na yan? Hindi ko mabilang. So, ito na. Sisimulan na namin ang aming online selling. Ito yung mga kailangan nyo malaman about sa aming online selling. Open for COD kami. Take note yan. Pwede din send through Gcash na agad ang payments. Send nyo details nyo. PM nyo ako sa messenger. O like, pangalan nyo syempre, ilalagay nyo. Ano edad nyo? Status. Single o in progress? Pag single kayo, may irereto ako. Mag-mind lang kayo ha. Tapos, saan kayo nakatira malamang? Mahirapan yung delivery man kung magdala ng package. So, ito yung mga construction sa pag-mine, mga markets. Ay, instruction sa pag-mine. Yun ay typong malala. So, una, huwag mag-mine kung walang budget. Nakakasira yan ang buhay mga markets. Tapos sa mga bogus buyer dyan, ipopost ko kayo sa FB ha. At ang hindi mag-type ng mine sa comment section ay babagsak talaga sa mini, minimo, major this sem. O, i-mine nyo na ha. Ito yung mga pwede nyo i-mine. Una, yung silver future CPA necklace. So, yun ay, bali, buy one take 4 for only 40k. Tapos, kung wala talaga kayo sa budget ng 40k, pwede kang bumili ng isa, 10k each. Bili na. Tapos, ang second product namin, 7 charm CPA necklace. Mukha lang siyang maliit, parang bracelet. Pero necklace siya. So, ang dami yung charm, talagang panalo para maging CPA na kayo. Kayang-kaya nyo yan. Tapos, the third naman, yung silver CPA cellular necklace. O, diba? Ang ganda ng pangalan. Ako nagpangalan dyan kasi, tingnan mo, may pendant na CPA, tapos may calcu, tapos may dollar. So, CPA, calcu, dollar, CPA calcular necklace for only 10k. Sa 7 charm 10k din. At kung wala kayong na-mine doon sa tatlo, hindi wari kayo nag-mine sa comment section na. Ito na yung last. Ownable and authentic na necklace namin, tig 20k. Ang pangalan nito ay Italian Par G necklace. Para fly high ang inyong mga dreams. Kayang-kaya maging CPA. Yun. Ano? May nag-mine ba? Ba't parang wala? Ano ba yan? At hindi ko nga pala ako nakapagpakilala sa inyo. Ako si AJ Sagabal, ang inyong online seller for today. Together with, magdi-deliver ng package ko, si JD Dalha. So yun, walang nag-mine. Alam nyo na yung third construction sa pag-mine, no? Yun na. Maraming salamat sa inyo. At maraming salamat po kay Ma'am Montaron na napayagan kami mag-online selling ngayon sa inyong Gmeet. Thank you, Ma'am. Kahit parang walang nabenta, walang nag-mine. So yun, kaya huling masasabi ko na lang namin, proceed na kami sa katotohanan. Reporting ngayon. So yun. Good afternoon everyone. I am Ana J. Estalan together with Joseph David L. Madiraso, and we will be reporting auditing clients in the mining sector. Learning objectives of our report first is to understand how mining industry operates. Second, identify the characteristics of a mining industry that makes it different from other commercial enterprises, as well as their similarities. Then discuss the audit process of a mining industry. Explain why special considerations in audit of a mining industry are conducted. Then examine a financial statement of a mining industry and identify risky accounts in auditing such and recognize trends in mining industry. So, what is the mining industry? It involves with extracting precious minerals and other geological materials. So, mining is required to obtain most materials na hindi mag-grow ma-generate through agricultural processes or feasibility created by artificially ng laboratory or factories. So, in the wider sense, ang mining is the extraction ng mga non-renewable resources katulad ng natural gas, oil, coal, at petroleum. So, the Philippine mining industry plays a very important role in our country's economic development. Kasi, nagpro-provide sila ng direct at indirectly employment opportunities sa portion of population ng Pilipinas, sa ating mga kababayan. Pag may mga nagmimina or may mining activities sa isang site, yung mga malalapit na kababayan natin doon, minsan talaga sila nakukuha sa mga activities ng minahan. Tas, as the mining industry contributes to the foreign exchange through exports at nag-additional revenues to our government through their paying ng fees at taxes. At saka, the involved operation naman that have significant impact on the environment. Hindi natin maano na kapag may mga minahan, talagang kakabit na nila yung sa hindi na rehabilitate ng maayos minsan yung after closure ng mining site. Katulad ng sa Marcapper dito sa Marinduque, hindi man siya na-rehabilitate na maayos kaya nagkakaroon siya ng impact sa environment, ecological problems, at saka sa mga tao roon, nagkakaroon sila ng problema sa tubig, at saka yung mga hayop na malapit sa site. So, going to the classification of minerals, there are 4. First is the metals, second, industrial minerals, third is the construction materials, then, energy minerals. Pag sinabi nating metals, it includes gold, platinum, and silver. Pag industrial minerals naman, it includes soda ash, limestone, sand, gravel, clays, silica. Yun yung mga valued for certain special properties. Pag construction materials naman, it includes steel, copper, and aluminum. And the energy materials like oil, natural gas, coal, and uranium. So, they constitute the vital raw materials for many basic industry and major resources for development ng ekonomiya ng bansa. So, mined materials are needed to construct roads, houses, build ng automobiles, computers, mga satellites, at saka to provide at mag-generate ng electricity, at mag-provide ng many other goods and services that consumers can enjoy. Going to the types of mines, there are 3 ways of doing mining. It's by open pit mining, underground mining, and placer mining. Open pit mining. Pag sinabi nating open pit mining, ito yung surface mining or removal ng terrain, yung overburden muna sa surface ng land. Tapos underneath nun, doon na makukuha yung i-extract na minerals, mga materials. In a particular, surface mining is used to retrieve sand, gravel, coal, iron, and other materials. The rock na nag-overlay nga doon, bago makuha yung ore, ay yung overburden. So, some surface mines are typically used for more shallow and less valuable deposits. Going to the underground mining. Underground mining which takes place talaga deep beneath the surface. At ang mga nakukuha dito ay mga high-grade ore. Pag sinabi nating ore, yun yung natural rock or sediment that contains one or more valuable minerals, typically containing metals that can be mined, treated, and sold at profit. So, kapag underground mines, more expensive ito dahil this type of mining often used to reach deeper deposits, deeper para makuha yung high-grade ore. Kaya naman kailangan ng mas maraming machines, equipments to drill and make more open or passageway tunnels, mga portals para ma-extract yung mga high-grade ore or minerals. Dahil sa palalim nga, they provides ventilation sa mga workers. At ito ay nagkakaroon ng mas malaking cost. Third is the placer mining. Pag sinabi natin placer mining, ito widely used technique for extracting precious metals from sand or gravel deposits near the surface then. So, placer mining is used to sift out valuable metals from sediments in river channels, sa beach sands, or other environments. Pero typically sa mga parang kailugan na nakakukuha ng small deposits ng gold, tin, or diamonds pag ang ginagawang types of mining ay placer mining. Dahil nagkakaroon ng pag-wash away ng mga nakukuha siya sa kasamahan ng mga sand or gravel sa water. Tapos, doon nila nasasalo at sinasala yung talaga nakukuha, small portion ng mga gold. So, going to the mining process or mining life cycle sa industriya ng pagmimina, first is exploration, second, evaluation, third, development, fourth, production, and the last, closure and rehabilitation. First, exploration. Pag exploration means nito, nag-search for resources na suitable for commercial exploitation. So, dito na pumupunta sa mga geological location para ma-acquire yung mga researches para makapag-analyze ng historic exploration data. Normally, this is undertaken before mineral rights or nakakuha ng mga permit. Dahil dito sa phase na ito, sa process na ito, investigating pa lang yung area. Tapos carrying out geochemical and geophysical surveys pa lang. Kasama ang geologists. So, sila yung mga special in studying rocks, mineral samples, and natural deposits in the earth. So, geologists will be responsible for a program of exploration to establish extent of ore body that the life of the mining operation can be prolonged. During the mining operation, yung mga geologists ang responsible para ma-determine yung location at yung dun ba mas maraming makukuhang ore. So, sila makakapag-ensure na the ore na mamimina doon ay ma-maximize ang profitability ng isang mining industry. So, the interpretation of the samples from exploration or drilling program is critical to decision-making process. Kasi sila nag-i-ensure nga ng continued profitability of the mining and metallurgical operations ng mining companies. Therefore, the geologist is one of the key contributors to the welfare of the mining industry. So, sa exploration, may researching and analyzing, conducting studies related to mining, exploratory drilling, trenching, and sampling. Going to the second process, which is evaluation. Evaluation, it means nag-determine ng technical feasibility and commercial viability of mineral resource. So, dito nagkakaroon ng assessing ng volume at grade of deposits, na-examine at na-test yung na-extraction methods at metallurgical treatment processes, na-survey yung transportation and infrastructure requirements, conducting market and finance studies. So, this stage, usually conducting a feasibility study talaga, including a financial analysis, para makapag-decide kung yung napiling geological location na kinuhaan ng sample ay mas abundant pa doon yung makukuhang or kakaunti. Pag kakaunti kasi, hindi sila doon, syempre, magtatayo o magde-develop ng mine site. So, in this stage, doon na nila na-evaluate kung yung location ay pwedeng ba or mas magandang pagtayuan ng mine site. The third process is the mine sa development. Pag sinabi natin development, dito na nag-establish ng access to and commissioning facilities to extract, treat, and transport production from the mineral reserve. So, ito na yung pinaka-preparation, nagkakaroon na ng designing ng mine site, yung acquiring na ng mga mining rights, pagkuha ng permits, filing an environmental impact assessment, tas permanent excavation ay nangyayari na din dito, construction of roads and tunnels para papunta sa site. So, advance din ng removal ng overburden and waste rock. Sa fourth process, which is known as production, dito na yung day-to-day activities na ginagawa para makuha yung mga ore or minerals na target ma-extract sa location na yan. So, it includes extraction and any processing before sale. Last is the closure and rehabilitation. So, closure occurs after mining operations have ceased and includes restoration and rehabilitation of the site. Nagkakaroon ng closure pag maunti na talaga yung nakukuhang minerals or dun sa location at kailangan na talagang magkaroon ng rehabilitation kasi hindi naman pwedeng sobrang magpakadig dun sa isang location kasi masisira, malaki ang epekto sa biodiversity at environment dun sa malapit sa site. So going to the characteristics that generally distinguish mining industry from other commercial enterprises. First, the nature of operation or activities of the mining industry. They are regulated by DNR, governed by the Republic Act No. 7942, then their internal control at implementing EITI. So, going to the nature of operation or activities ng mining industry. So, they start with mining process where they extract minerals from specific geological locations, then refine and develop it and sell it to market. Sa typical activities ng mining industry, they includes metal production, metals investing, and metals trading. So, modern mining process nito sa mining industry involves prospecting of ore bodies, analysis of the profit potential, tas extraction of desired materials ng mga mining companies, final reclamation of yung mismong land na pinagtayuan ng site at nagkaroon ng closure. So, sa mining operation usually create negative environmental impact both during the mining activity and after the mine has been closed. During kasi, nagkakaroon ng noise pollution. Yung may ingay tuwing nagadrill kasi yung mga malalaking machine, yun ay nag-create ng mga loud noise. Tas, nagkakaroon during dahil naalis yung mga puno para maging malinis yung site, ay nagkakaroon ng habitat destruction para sa mga animals na nakatira dun sa location at may nangyayaring endangerment din of species at saka biodiversity loss. So, pag sa operation naman, for similarities naman ng mining industries, ay the mining industry is like any other manufacturing industry na nag-utilize sila ng sophisticated at productive machinery equipment along with digitalization, so it can prosper by increasing productivity while decreasing cost. So, as said, they are regulated by DNR, Department of Environment and Natural Resources. DNR is ang primary agency na nagre-regulate at nag-administer sa mining industry sa Pilipinas. They are responsible for conservation, management, development, and proper use of the country's environment and natural resources. Together with its line bureau or the MGB, Mines and Geoscience Bureau, nagbibigay sila ng exploration permits o EPS at saka mineral agreements sa mga duly qualified entities. Also, under the DNR, yung EMB, Environmental Management Bureau, sila nagsusupervise sa observance of the applicable environmental law sa mining industry. So, as said, ang mining industry ay sa Pilipinas ay governed by Republic Act No. 7942, otherwise known as the Philippine Mining Act of 1995. They are implemented and regulated by the DNR. So, this act instituting a new system of mineral resources exploration, development, utilization, and conservation. Nilalaman ng act na ito kung sino ang nagmamay-ari ng mga minerals resources sa buong Pilipinas. So, mineral resources are owned by the state. And the exploration, development, utilization, at processing ng mga sa pagmina shall be under full control and supervision ng Estado ng Pilipinas. So, nilalaman din ng Republic Act No. 7942 ang eligibility, yung qualified person with technical and financial capability na mag-undertake ng large-scale exploration, development, and utilization of mineral resources sa Pinas. Nakapaloob din dito yung areas open to mining operation at closed for mining operations, modes of mineral agreement, yung maximum area lang para sa qualified entities or person, and other important permits such as exclusive sand and gravel permit at saka yung or transport permit naman pag ga-transport, ga-sale na at processing of minerals. Then, kasama din yung quarry fee and taxes at madami pang about sa regulation sa mining industry. Going to the internal control sa mining industry, the internal auditor needs to ensure that yung various periodical reports conducted and submitted ng kanilang kumpanya on air test and the air pollution against the permissible limits in the control areas to various authority. Dahil mas madaming machine at saka vehicles at equipments nga na ginagamit kapag nagmimina, kailangan ma-check ang permissible limits of control ng air pollution na dinudulot ng mga machines at mga trucks, ganon. Nagkakaroon ng air testing at ng periodical reports about dito ang mining company na ipinapasa sa mga governing authorities na kailangan check ng internal auditor. Tapos, yung second, yung inspect pollution control equipment and its working and deviation reports ay naisusumiti o naisubmit sa respective PCB and compliance or show cause notice received, if any, and action taken thereon by the company. Yung PCB means an online database for registering polychlorinated biphenyls that has been launched by the DNR. So, the mining companies can use the database to register their substances directly. Third is the water testing periodical reports submitted by the company to the respective PCB. So, auditor also check yung action taken report ng company regarding the water testing periodical reports na sinasabit ng company sa respective PCB authorities. Then, pang-apat, dahil nakakabulabog ang mining activities sa mga tao nakatira malapit sa pinakang mining site, kasi pag nagmimina na at gumagamit ng mga machines to drill ay sobrang iingay nitong mga machine na ito at other equipments, nagkakos siya ng noise pollution na kailangan i-check ng internal auditor kung gaanong level at accepted or nagko-comply sa Noise Pollution Rule 2022 yung isang mining company. Sinecheck ito ng auditor with the reports na sinusumiti at social checks or campaign na nakandak ng company in the vicinity. Lastly, ay following the checks and balances as per the specific company norms applicable and obtained for mine closure. Like, ensure na may alam yung reasons for closure, statutory obligation, at closure plan preparation, then the mining method and closure mine description. So, auditor has to exercise reasonable care and more common sense in auditing ang mga inherent transaction at sa operation na kinalaman sa mining industry. Operation. Another characteristic, they are implementing EITI, Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative. So, meron ng Philippine Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative. So, sila yung government na nag-implement at nag-initiate ng the global standard ay napopromote magkaroon ng accountable management, good governance of oil, gas, and mineral resources. This is a commitment to fiscal transparency at accountability for effective governance. Kung saan ang Philippines EITI, multi-stakeholder group, nag-appoint sila ng independent administrator that reconcile the accounts submitted by the relevant government agency and participating mining companies. So, through EITI process, local governments and mining communities now have access to data regarding their shares from national wealth and payments collected from companies in their area. Next is the audit objectives. So, audit objectives of mining company is to determine the following. First, kung mining activities are developed in accordance with the government policy. Then, and objectives. In compliance with Mining Act number 7942 and applicable regulation about sa pagmimina, mga reports needed to be checked and submitted sa governing authorities ay nagko-comply sa mga applicable acts and regulations. Thus, in compliance with PFRS 6, yung Philippine Financial Reporting Standard, yung framework for preparation and presentation of financial statements, nag-permits sa entities to develop their own accounting policy for exploration and evaluation of assets which results in relevant and reliable information based entirely on management's judgment. Then, internal review and audit of payments para to ensure audits and inspections conducted on a timely basis at nakapagbayad ng mga taxes, fees. Then, para magkaroon ng transparency, na i-evaluate ang mga transaction for accuracy, so maiwasan ang fraud and errors sa mga reports. Then, going to audit process. First is audit selection, then planning, the audit, examination, and lastly, reporting. So, audit selection. Audit topic selection is done as part siya ng office strategic planning process. Strategic planning na usually led by senior executives and is informed by an audit office's knowledge of business about audit universe sa mining at knowledge about the business sa mining industry, analysis of materiality, significance, risks sa mining industry, and known problems dito. Other important consideration include the audit office mandate, the availability of skilled auditors, and resources, and the auditability of potential audit topics. The audit selection process normally results in a list of planned audits to be carried out over time. Next is the audit planning. During the planning phase, auditors carefully consider kung aling audit tests and procedures ang to include in their detailed audit program and make decisions based on the type of evidence required to reach conclusion against their audit criteria. Then, nag-assessment of time, expertise, and resources required to conduct each test or procedure. Tapos, dito rin nakaplab yung inherent risk and control risk. Ultimately, the audit team has to plan audit procedures that will provide sufficient and appropriate evidence while respecting the audit's budget. Third is the examination. During the examination phase of a performance audit, dito yung audit team must conduct procedures that will yield sufficient appropriate evidence na to determine whether the audit criteria are met, thus to conclude on audit objectives and attain, at magkaroon ng document and support para sa conclusion. So last is reporting, nagkakaroon ng conclusion and recommendations, yung final report. So during the reporting phase, ay auditors produce a report that presents their audit observations and conclusion, bibigyan ng opinion, and audit reports vary considerably in scope and nature of a mining industry. At dito nangyayari communication of the audited report sa intended user.
Hey everyone, I'm Joseph David Maderaso and I'm here to discuss the last three objectives of our topic, which are special consideration in audit, financial statement of mining companies, and trends in mining industries. So, bakit nag-a-arise ang special consideration in audit sa mining companies? So, these are the reasons. First, mining companies carry out the various stages of development necessary before production over long period at high cost. So, ba't siya sinabi na long period of development necessary before production? Kasi dumadaan pa yan sa tatlong process. Ang tatlong process nito is yung exploration, evaluation, and development na nang-discuss na ni Ana Joy Tada nung una. So, bakit nila kailangang i-perform itong three process na to? Kasi kailangan nila makasigurado na, na profitable sila kapag natapos yung operation or enough yung mineral na makukuha nila sa mining site na yun. Bakit naman siya at high cost? Kasi ang mga ginagamit dito is yung mga heavy duty na equipment na nagko-cost ng malaki. At isa pa dito is yung mga labor na binabayad nila sa tatlong process na ito. Next, mining operation typically require a high level of capital investment to develop, extract, and process minerals. So, katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, kailangan niya ng malaking capital investment kasi dun pa lang sa equipment na ginagamit sa pag-excavate ng mining site upang ipagpatuloy ang operation ng exploration, evaluation, and development, kailangan nilang magbayad ng malaking halaga sa mga equipments na ito, at isa pa dito is yung labor na binabayad nila sa mga nagtatrabaho at doon sa geologist na nagtitingin ng mga historical or exploration data about dun sa mining site. Next is mining companies in the Philippines are heavily regulated by Department of Energy and Resources. So bakit sila heavily regulated? Kasi ang operation ng mining companies is directly nakakaapekto sa resources or sa environment na pinagkukuha nila ng minerals. Maaring makapag-develop sila or magkaroon ng pollution kapag hindi sila nag-restore ng mga mining site na pinag-excavate nila. Isa pa dito is yung mga kinukuha nilang mineral sa mining site is limited laang. So, nagtitake ito ng long period of time para ma-produce uli. So, pag hindi sila nag-comply dito sa mga regulation ng Department of Energy and Resources, maaring masuspend ang kanilang mining operations. Next is the mineral reserve are the most valuable asset of a mining company. However, they do not appear as an asset on the balance sheet except to the extent they were purchased. So, ang mining reserves kasi is ito yung tinatawag na economically mineable part of mineral sources. So, mahalaga ito or ito yung most valuable asset kasi dito nag-base yung mga analyst and mga investor kung paano mag-predict or paano mapipredict nila yung future cash flow, and ito rin yung ginagamit nila sa pag-evaluate ng prospect ng mining company. Last is, mining company normally incur high cost at mine sites after minerals have been extracted and the mine is closed. So, nag-incur sila ng high cost kasi gumagamit pa rin sila dito ng mga heavy duty equipments at saka labor. So, pag hindi kasi sila nag-comply dito sa regulation na ito ng Department of Energy and Resources, pag hindi sila nagkaroon ng restoration ng mining site, is mapapunish sila by Department of Energy and Resources. So, let's proceed sa financial statements of mining company. Apex Mining Incorporated is engaged in business of mining, milling, concentrating, converting, smelting, treating, preparing for market, manufacturing, buying, selling, exchanging, and otherwise producing and dealing in gold, silver, copper, lead, zinc, brass, iron, steel, and all kinds of ore, metals, and minerals. So, ito yung audited financial statement ng Apex Mining Incorporated. Ito yung kanilang statement of financial position. So, makikita nyo dyan na halos pares lang sila sa sa ibang industry. Maliban na lang siguro sa amounts niya. Kasi sa amounts ng property, plant, and equipment nila, makikita mo na sobrang laki niya talaga sa kabuuhan ng mga accounts na yon. So, makikita nyo dyan, ang kaliitan na accounts, na amount sa asset nila is nasa 2 million. While yung property, plant, and equipment nila is nasa billion na. So, katulad ng sinabi ko, malaki talaga yung ginagastos nila or amount dito sa property, plant, and equipment kasi most of yung operation nila is gumagamit sila ng mga heavy duty equipments. Next is yung liabilities and equities nila. At ito naman yung kanilang statement of income. So, ano yung mga risky accounts ng mining companies? So, katulad ng ibang industry, risky accounts ang cash nila. Most of mining companies hold bonds. So, para sigurado ng auditor na properly classified ang amount na ito or account na ito sa balance sheet, kailangan nilang i-identify whether yung cash in bank ba is restricted or not. So, this can be done through bank confirmation. So, pwede rin nilang ma-check or kailangan nila ring i-check yung listed cash equivalents kung tama ba yung mga accounts na nakalagay dito. Next is inventory. Sa inventory ng mining companies, nag-i-include ito ng run of mine or sa work in progress naman is yung crushed ore or in circuit, saka yung sa finished good naman is yung concentrated metal. So these inventories are usually in bulk. To ascertain the number of inventories, kailangan nila ng knowledge of an expert such as actuaries. So kapag nakuha na nila yung number of inventories na na-determine na actuary, so, this may be multiplied with the rates of the ore in the market para makuha natin yung market value ng inventory. So, market value can be used as benchmark wherein the estimated value of inventory recorded by company must not go lower beyond it. Mache-check din ng auditor yung cost ng inventory by extracting all costs that are tagged sa database ng mining company. So, it is to check whether the list only includes cost attributable to mining sites and hindi doon sa main office ng company. Third is property, plant, and equipment. So, katulad nung nasabi ko kanina na malaki yung amounts dito sa account na ito. Kasi doon sa mga ginagamit nila. So, dahil malaki yung amount sa account na ito, maaari siyang ma-misstated by fraud or theft. Kaya pwede nilang maitago yung mga amount na hindi naman nag-i-exist or yung mga equipment na hindi naman nag-i-exist kahit na naka-account siya doon. So, pwedeng ma-check ng auditor itong balance ng PPE by testing and reviewing the fixed asset roll forward of the company. So, it is used to analyze the summarized information about movements in fixed asset cost and the accumulated depreciation. So, ang PPEs na ginagamit sa mining activities must be depreciated the shorter between estimated useful life of PPE and expected life of extraction of the site. So, para ma-determine or ma-validate natin yung appropriate life na gagamitin sa PPEs, mag-i-inquire tayo with Geoscience Department ng company. Renewal and reconditioning cost. So, the cost of performing a major renewal or reconditioning are capitalized if it gives access to future economic benefits. So, this includes the labor and material used in performing renewal and reconditioning. So, itong cost na ito is hindi dapat ma-accrued over the period between renewal and reconditioning. Kaya kailangan na ma-check ng auditor kung ito bang cost na ito is tama yung pagka-record and hindi siya na-accrued over the operation of the company. Rehabilitation bonds. Mining companies in the Philippines are required by the law to hold funds for extraction. So, kailangang ma-check ng auditor kung itong restoration bonds are recorded by the company is complete and tama. So, kailangan nilang ma-check ito kung nag-e-exist din itong mga klase ng bonds na ito by sending confirmation letters sa mga bondholders such as banks. Next is revenue. Revenue recognition can present challenges for mining entities. So, sabi kasi is revenue shall be recognized when the significant risk and rewards are transferred to the buyer. However, it is somehow difficult to determine when the risk and rewards have been transferred sa buyers. So, ang kailangan ng auditor dito is ma-check nila yung revenue contracts ng mga mining company. So, this can be done by vouching agreement of company and its client. So, they may also check the recorded receivables ng company by sending confirmation sa mga clients nila. Last is exploration cost. Mining companies incurred costs to discover and to evaluate the mineral sources. So, evaluation of mineral resources provides that the said cost shall be reported as an asset and it will be subjected to impairment. So, kailangang mag-perform ng impairment test ang mga auditors sa mga cost nito, sa cost ng exploration para ma-determine kung ito ba talaga ay properly valued. Let's discuss the trends in mining industry. So, ano itong mga trends na ito? First is mining automation. So, due to rising costs and shortage of human labor, ginagawa ng solution itong mining automation ito. So, ano yung mga benefits nito? So, mas napapadali yung data collection and mas efficient and consistent yung processes ng mga automated machines. Isa din dito is yung data management software contributes more precise data, comparison, analysis, and comprehensive reporting. So, isa sa mga ginagamit sa mining automation is yung artificial intelligence, which allows mining companies to process large amount of data and derive insights to streamline workflow and significantly reduce downtime and errors. Nakakatulong din ang artificial intelligence sa exploration process by using it to identify targets and assist in making accurate prediction on known mineralization. Next is augmented and virtual reality. So through this technology, mas nakakapag-provide ng data with provide ng training sa mga workers without putting them at risk. So na-minimize niya yung numbers of potential hazards. It allows din na ma-improve yung operations ng mining company and ma-practice yung safety protocols na gagawin ng mga workers kapag may nangyari na mga accidents or kung ano man ng mga hazards yon. Next is yung drones and smart sensors. So, through this technology, mas nakakapag-collect ng data about sa geological condition ng excavation site na mas safe. So, na-reduce din niya yung potential hazards. So, through this, they can collect data about geological condition, gas level, and captured high-quality visuals. They can easily and safely navigate excavation sites that are at risk of collapsing. Next is electric vehicles and machine. So, electric vehicles are still relatively new and can be costly. However, because they don't require fuel, operation cost can be lower over long term. So, dahil din hindi sila gumagamit ng mga diesel and other fuels, hindi sila nag-i-emit ng mga harmful gases such as carbon monoxide na harmful sa ating environment. Next is innovation in communication methods. Digitalization and advancement in data analytics translate into better visualization and insights, improving operational communication leading to growth. So dahil dito na-enhance yung connectivity between machines and na bibigyan ng mas magandang overview sa work process at mas nakakapag-identify ang mga technician sa pag-solve ng mga problems or dun sa mga na-encounter nilang complications sa operations. Last is laboratory testing. Mining laboratories have sophisticated system and processes to manage everything from chemical analysis information to sample preparation. Advanced automation within mining laboratories contributes to improve productivity and efficiency. So, yun lang yung mga trends sa mining companies. So bago tayo mag-end, content trivia lang. Alam nyo ba, ang Philippines is the 5th most mineral-rich country in the world for gold, nickel, copper, and chromite. And alam nyo ba na ang geologists in Philippines typically earn around 72,300 pesos per month and salaries range from 33,300 pesos and or to 115,000 pesos. Sila yung second to the highest paid professionals in the country. So, yun lang po at ito po yung aming ginamit na mga references. Thank you po sa pakikinig.